October 28, 1935. Washington, D.C. Diving exhibition. Navy Day was celebrated at the Washington Navy Yard, a day late since the 27th was a Sunday, by various exhibitions, including the diving show put on here by second-class gunner's mate Emerson By. A diving school is maintained at the yard. March 1943. Santa Fe Railroad activities across New Mexico. Men coming out of the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railroad shops in Albuquerque at the end of the day's shift. Acetate negative by Jack Delano for the Office of War Information. November 1942. Lititz, Pennsylvania. Tracks of the Lancaster Reading Railroad. 2 trains come through every day. In the distance is the local chocolate factory. Acetate negative by Marjorie Collins for the Office of War Information. November 1942. Neffsville, Pennsylvania. Thanksgiving dinner at the house of Earl Landis. Acetate negative by Marjorie Collins for the Office of War Information. May 19 or 20, 1864, Fredericksburg, Virginia. Burial of federal dead. Photograph from the Maine Eastern Theater of War, Grant's Wilderness Campaign, May-June 1864. Wet plate glass negative, Civil War photographs collection, Library of Congress. March 1943. Santa Fe Railroad conductor's work table in the caboose en route to Gallup, New Mexico. Acetate negative by Jack Delano for the Office of War Information. April 1943. Baltimore, Maryland. Repairing the motor of a PCC, President's Conference Committee trolley. The most recent streetcar model, designed in 1936 by a group of manufacturers and transit companies in an effort to standardize, simplify, and bring down the price. At the damage shop, maintenance terminal of the Baltimore Transit Company. Acetate negative by Marjorie Collins for the Office of War Information. March 1943. Lynchburg, Virginia. Railroad station. Medium format, acetate negative by John Vachon for the Office of War Information. April 1943. Baltimore, Maryland. Transportation for war-swollen population. Traffic jam as workers of the first shift leave the Bethlehem Fairfield shipyards in cars and trolleys on the road to Baltimore. March 1943. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Workmen washing up at the end of the day at the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railroad locomotive shops. April 1943. Baltimore, Maryland. Transportation for war-swollen population. The yard of Washington Terminal. Maintenance plant of the Baltimore Transit Coast from left to right. Old trolley made into a smoker for employees. A work car and an old horse car. Baltimore Trust Building on the horizon. Washington, D.C., circa 1918. District National Bank, exterior, G Street, NW. Scrubbing in progress or a new addition? November 4th, 1924. Election night crowd at Washington Star. 2 more election screens and an election bullhorn. September 1918. Base Hospital 41, Saint-Denis, France. I'm Joe from Missouri. Please tell my girl I'm all right. The Red Cross lady lends a hand. Red Cross nurse writes a letter for an American soldier whose right arm is disabled. Ypsilanti, Michigan, 1958. Willow Run Airport, interior, concourse, Albert Kahn and Minoru Yamasaki, architects. March 1940. Berlin, New Hampshire, paper mill town inhabited largely by French Canadians and Scandinavians. September 1943. Columbus, Ohio. An old model bus, of the type which would ordinarily have been scrapped, but is now being rebuilt because of the shortage of buses, parked in Columbus. The Philadelphia Pipe Bending Company, founded in 1880, is still in operation today. Here we see 2 workers standing inside some large coils with advertising signage. March 1943. Sam Benz and Noah Booher, drivers for Associated Transport Company, having dinner with a textile mill truck driver at a highway stop along U.S. Route 11 near Wytheville, Virginia. April 1943. Detroit, Michigan. Boarded up pumps at a closed gas station. March 1943. Bob Dougherty, a driver for the Associated Transport Company, at the wheel of a brown truck on U.S. Highway, Route 29 near Culpeper, Virginia. March 1943. Cajun, California. Indian section gang working on the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railroad track. If you could step into one of these moments, which one would it be? Share your thoughts below. March 1943. Baltimore, Maryland. A street scene. Billiards, Bickford's, and the New Coney Island Cafe. March 1943. Wellington, Kansas. An Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railroad crew posing in front of their engine before pulling out of Wellington for Waynoka, Oklahoma. Left to right, D.C. Quivey, head brakeman, D.B. Wallingford, conductor, B.F. Hale, engineer, and fireman Walker. March 1943. A westbound Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe passenger train passing by a siding near the town of Hoover, Texas, en route to Amarillo. March 1943. Waynoka, Oklahoma. An Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe operator and telegrapher throwing one of the interlocking switches. Circa 1905. Freighter Manda unloading ore, Cleveland, Ohio. June 17, 1938. Washington, D.C. No more hot air in Congress. 2 million cubic feet of clean, cool air is delivered to members of Congress each minute by a $3,500,000 air conditioning plant, part of which is shown above. The plant supplies the entire Capitol and the Senate and the new and old House office buildings.